Welcome to Tagged Beyond the Award, the podcast that celebrates innovation, excellence, and leadership. Each episode dives into inspiring stories behind the nominees and winners of the TAG Awards, uncovering the breakthroughs, challenges, and triumphs that define their journey. Whether it's cutting-edge technology, transformative products, or visionary leadership, we're here to explore what it means to stand out and shape the future of your industry. Let's go beyond the award and into the heart of innovation. Here's your host, Justin Starbird.
Welcome back to the Tagged Beyond the Award podcast. My name is Justin Starbird, and today we're kicking off season 2 of the podcast and our second year of the TAG Awards, the Technology Achievement Growth Awards, where we recognize the best in innovation in MedTech, life sciences, and biotech. Today, I am excited to introduce our newest judge of the TAG Awards, Debbie Greenway, the Executive Vice President of FIG Electronics. Debbie, thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Justin. Thanks for having me.
It's really exciting. You and I get to talk about stuff every day with, your company and what you do, and hear all about your customers in various spaces. You've gone deeper and wider in MedTech over the years, and I've been a part of a lot of companies' expansion and their scale from your role. And so this is really neat to have you on the show.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm excited to be on your show in season 2. I like to stay out of the first season just in case it's a disaster. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm excited to be here. I'm really excited to be a part of this, the judging of this award show. I love technology, so I'm excited to see what these companies bring and how they're solving problems. And I'm really happy to be here.
Well, we are excited, and thankfully, we've made it to season 2, so you can make it. You can.
Yeah.
At FIG, you and I have actually had our own show together previously. It's on a little bit of a hiatus at the moment, but for those that aren't familiar with FIG Electronics, what do you guys do?
Yeah, so FIG is a big German designer and manufacturer of RFID equipment hardware. We make the readers and antennas and a various assortment of accessories that go with them, along with payment terminals. That's, I don't know if you know, but that is RFID technology that reads credit cards. So we have a lot of products in a lot of various markets. Healthcare is a really huge market for us, and probably the one that excites me the most, because there's live, hopefully they stay alive, people behind all these solutions. And the companies in this space, while it takes a long time to get to market, they are some of the most innovative thinkers out there, and they are not afraid to explore new things and find new ways to solve problems and help people live longer, healthier lives. And I find it super energizing to be a part of this community in a small way. The other markets are also very innovative, but they are logistics and libraries and lots of different ways to vehicle access control, people access control, just anything you want to track, trace, identify, and basically anywhere you see a barcode. RFID can do that in a lot of better ways. It can read in the dark. You don't have to have a person holding a scanner. It can read thousands of tags at once, not just one at a time. There's a lot more security you can put right to a tag than you can to a barcode. It's a lot less hackable than a barcode is. So a lot of reasons why RFID is an exciting technology, and I think people are becoming more and more knowledgeable about it. I used to have to explain radio frequency identification, but now people, just mainstream people, people that you find at the grocery store, they are familiar, and that's wonderful, and helping us grow our business a lot. Yeah, it's not a scary technology anymore.
Thinking about right, definitely not scary. It's and thinking about medtech and biotech, where you guys do so much of your work. They think innovators think of RFID as part of the core way in which solution in which they're solving bigger problems.
Yes.
How does that work? Talk a little bit about when you guys get involved and some of the things that come to you in terms of solutions that folks are trying to create?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all over the map. There's a big counterfeiting thing going on in the medical device world, and that could cause safety issues. And so RFID can easily solve that problem. You can put a tag on the piece of equipment or the disposable tube or whatever that you want to plug into your machine and know right away if it is the right tube. And if it's legit and not made or reused or been, hopefully sterilized and reused when it's not supposed to be. There's RFID and helping people find things. There's a study that says 30% of nurses spend 30% of their time just looking for things. This is time they could be taking care of patients and doing other, more important things. And, for sure, if you need a defibrillator and it's not where it's supposed to be, you kind of need that right now. And so, there's a lot of RFID can tell you where all your stuff is in the hospital and your staff at any time. Also, RFID is being used inside the body now without any problems. In fact, being very, very helpful. There's a lot of RFID and prosthetics and implants that are measuring, temperature and things like this, so that you can know if there's an infection. There's there's pressure sensing going on inside the body. This saves people from having to go in to the doctor and have any kind of invasive test to make sure everything's going well inside the body, or even just an MRI. That's not so invasive, but if you're twitchy like me, it's a real problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all over the place, and it's amazing that the people behind, the inventors of not the inventors of RFID, but the people who want to take a technology like RFID and do all these amazing things with it. I'm just amazed by people who investigate technology and can take a technology and go, this is the way to solve this problem.
Yeah. I
It's wonderful.
agree. And you're in a unique spot where you do get to see a lot of that innovation ahead of time. In your career, have you seen, the landscape change significantly in terms of what, your customers are getting requested from their customers? Meaning like, when they create a new medtech device or a new, packaging for medicine,
Yeah.
the expectation from the end user is that it's going to be almost, consumer electronics like, right? And
Yeah.
you've got to help them fit your hardware into that solution, and also, be so far out in front of things because the regulatory landscape, generally speaking, takes a lot longer than consumer electronics. How do you help them see around the bend and see the trends as they're coming?
Yeah. Well, lucky for me, they are brilliant people, the people that come up with, new ideas for their industry. And so I don't I don't have to make them see around the bend. They usually are already seeing. They just haven't decided how to get there. They know where they need to be, and they know there's options. And so my job really is to let them know how RFID can help them get there. But I don't think any of them start out going, this is the solution. They're people who really examine all the different technologies out there. And, they do know that it's going to take several years to maybe get through the FDA and all of the other approvals that they have to get depending on, where it's being used. So they're looking at technologies that maybe don't even exist today, but are close coming. So that's really my battle, is to make my technology stand out as a proven solution, but also an innovative solution, one that is being used in different ways all the time. And the landscape, the tags that there are available today that were not available 5 years ago, with all kinds of features and security options and just all kinds of things that RFID isn't. Tap your credit card, or open the hotel room door. It's a lot more than that, with a lot more features. So to try to navigate the needs of what they're seeing in the future, along with, what the options will be in the future, and make sure that RFID is a good choice for that problem.
Yeah. One of the things that you and I talked about a little bit offline was how exciting it is to see new products come to life. And so,
Yeah.
thinking about the awards specifically, what are what are you happy to contribute, to this, and expertise that you have to share with, you know, um, the nominees as they present their innovations.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see these innovations. I've been in technology since I was 16 years old, like third shift weekends in a semiconductor factory. So it's all I've ever done, and I've seen technology evolve and evolve and evolve, and um, just amazing. I mean, look at your car. You don't have to really drive your car right now, and that was always a goal. But there was a time when we thought we were going to have to put sensors on every lane in the road, right? Who knew cameras were going to be as amazing as they are? And I could give you 1,000 examples, but I just have a heart for it, and I think over 40 years experience in it, and I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot, and I'm just amazed still. Like I'm not numb to the great innovations that people have, and whether it's huge like self-driving cars or the airplane or something like that, or small like you had some last year. I remember the pill that someone could take to clear their intent. I was just amazed by that. Um, and so, yeah, I think I have, you know, I bring to the party that I have a great knowledge of a lot of different technologies, and that won't be hard for me to understand what these people are doing. And B, a huge appreciation for how someone can innovatively solve a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I told you already, my concern is I'm going to give everybody 5 or whatever the top
Yeah.
score is.
Everybody gets 10.
I just appreciate them so much.
That's great. Yeah, when you're thinking about, making a business decision, because also part of your career has been leadership. You've been fortunate to lead several wonderful companies, including FIG here in the United States. And what do you attribute awards to, or third-party validation? What does that do when you're making a decision for the direction of your company, whether that's a new product, a service, or even a person that's won an award or been recognized for their contributions to something?
I think awards are very important for recognition, 100%, yes. And it gives you something you can talk about out in the market. It's always, especially if you're not a well-known company that or person within the company that that gets a lot of attention from the media or peers. I think this is a great way to promote that company or person and let people know who they are and what they're capable of. And maybe you saw, you drove by a sign or you saw something on LinkedIn and you didn't think much of it, and now you give some context to it. And like, this is what this company is about. This is the kind of stuff they're doing. And, from a personal level, maybe this is the guy you saw at a desk every day. You had no idea he was such a great thinker. Things like that. I think and not only that, it's super motivating for the people that are behind it, who receive the award. And, nothing like recognition for a job well done. I think that motivates you to want to continue doing a job well done, or or get more awards. I think, yeah, it just kind of opens up the mind not only of the people who got the award, but of the people who are seeing the award get given. I think, whenever you see anything like that, so something is celebrated, or even if it's just, I don't know, on your newsreel, you're gonna get curious what is celebrated, and you're gonna click on it, and you're gonna have a quick read about what's being celebrated. I think people get attracted to, news that's gritty, but we all love a good story too,
Yeah.
and something to celebrate for sure.
I love that you bring up culture. You touch on culture and what it does to the teams behind it. I know, having spent a lot of time with you over the years, that, the folks that are in the trenches doing the work every day are often the ones that are overlooked. And, sometimes an award, sometimes that recognition is the, anecdote to improving the work culture, or, keeping and retaining that talent, in a society, in an economy where, generally speaking, it's easier to change jobs to get promoted than it is to be recognized from within. What have you seen, if you go a little bit deeper and wider into the cultural aspect that it creates for a company, especially from your perspective?
Yeah, I think, you bring up getting promoted and stuff. And of course, we all work to make a living, but I find that appreciation is a big part of that. A lot of people would rather make a little bit less money, not even have maybe a shiny, pretty title, as long as they know they're valued and appreciated. That gives them what they need to get out of bed every day, come to that desk or wherever and do that job every day. If they know that they are needed, everyone needs to be needed. If you feel like you're just going in an office and putting in your 8 hours and not making the world better and nobody even notices, that gets dull really fast. And just a little appreciation, recognition goes a long way. And even for those, watching, they want to have that appreciation and recognition themselves as well. And so they maybe put in a little extra effort. I'm not sure if I'm answering your exact question here.
No, that's great. I mean, and especially coming from your perspective, where you've led teams,
Yeah.
and being able to aptly recognize the contributions that they're making to the success of the product, the service, the company, I think is
I mean, everything
great.
works this way, right? I look at, we have the Olympics going on right now. We have, I mean, I know that's a competition, but look at what's at the end of the competition, a great big fat medal. And, anything, the awards for the people in Hollywood, everybody likes an award. It just, I don't know, it makes you excited to go the next day and the next month and the next year and give it your best.
Yeah. You mentioned, you brought up how you see recognition. Sometimes you see it on LinkedIn, other social media platforms. You mentioned the Olympics. Thinking about, the sales and marketing aspect of winning an award, are there some really great examples out there that you can think of where, folks really used it to, I don't want to say humble brag, but where they've done a really good job of using an award to separate themselves from their competition?
Huh. No, I mean, there's a lot of great ones, but yeah, I typically just see a lot of exposure. Yeah, they don't just put on one post and say, "Yay, we won this award! Look at us." They put it in several different places. Maybe use it, make whatever little stand at their booth at the trade show, winner of this whatever 2026 of the year award, and they put it on their email logo, signatures, things like that. That I think. I, it's not been, a big Hollywood sign or flashing lights on Broadway that have made me remember these award winners. It's the consistent over and over reminding that they won this award.
Yeah.
I'm sure something comes to mind, but I I can't come up with that
Yeah,
right
I
now.
mean, you make a great point though, about creating a differentiator and
Yeah,
sharing that, it's social proof, right? It's
yeah.
a third party coming out and saying, "Hey, you've done a good job and we're proud of it."
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. I work with a lot of public transportation people and they win these their bids, but they're awarded this business and that gets really publicized all over the place. And
Yeah.
um yeah, I think yeah, you just have to, I think that's what you do with your awards. You have the awards and people who are there get to see it, and then you have a podcast about it, or you probably already did before. I'm not sure your process exactly, but then you have a panel discussion or a discussion at the show, and then you of course put it on your socials. And these are all pieces of of media that the companies can use to promote themselves, and they're not bragging on themselves because you gave them the award. So that's
Well, I didn't give it. It's
yeah, well,
judges
me,
like you.
I'm the one who gave them the
Yes.
award.
Now we get to put Debbie Greenway right on this to say she gave it the award. Now, so I'll get you out of here on this. What are you most looking forward to this year as a judge of the TAG Awards?
I'm looking forward to so I work in RFID, and I'm all over the place with markets, but I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. I I'm in the here and now right now, and probably only about 15% of my job gets to be so forward thinking about the future, and that's what I love the most. So I'm really excited to see what these companies have come up with as ways to solve problems. And yeah, I will share with other people all the things I think are super cool.
Well, awesome. Well, I'm excited to have you on the panel this year and really looking forward to your insights and your feedback for these nominees, and thrilled to share what FIG does, and how you work with so many innovative folks to solve problems or solve problems for folks that they don't even know exist often. So really neat to have you on. Thanks for joining
Oh,
us.
thanks, Justin. Thanks for having me. I am excited too.
Well, for those of you looking to nominate your product or service, it's tagawards.co. Again, that's TAG awards.co. You've been listening to Tagged Beyond the Award and hearing from our newest judge, Debbie Greenway, Executive Vice President of FIG Electronics. Until next time.
On behalf of our guest today and host Justin Starbird, thank you for listening to Tagged Beyond the Award. We hope you've been inspired by the stories of innovation and leadership shared today. Don't forget to subscribe and join us for more incredible journeys behind the breakthroughs. If you or someone you know is leading the way in innovation, visit tagawards.co to learn more about how to get involved. Until next time, stay driven, keep innovating, and keep reaching for excellence.